So this is going to be a short video on why linking UV to ozone is so ridiculous. So the regions where we have higher UV readings, referring to my other video about this, are the South Americas, especially Andes. And okay, this is an ozone plot from windy.com. showing you the ozone today. It doesn't show, for example, 15 years ago and so forth. I have another video of that, but it will show you that the forecasted ozone is fairly uniform across the northern hemisphere as well as across the southern. And so if we look 15 years back, this is from 2000, where they had a lot of debate about this. You'll also see that the northern hemisphere is sort of fairly uniform with some changes and so forth. Yeah, unfortunately there's not an image here for South America, but we don't have this this hole that used to be forecasted for the Antarctic. It turned out quite differently because this is from today. This is the Antarctic here. We are actually seeing more ozone than the green is more, and here we have another plot. The red line is 2016, and the black is 86 to 2015. So it really depends on who's reporting this, the particular study, and so forth. And there's quite a good report here, the Antarctic Ozone Bulletin, collecting all the data from all the stations down there. And so you'll see a lot of different results comparing to who's measuring and who's putting it out. There's so much politics in science these days. Well, it's more like a religion. It's turned into sort of reproducing the results, a political elite. I don't want to say elite, but that they push forward. So the question is, what's the actual data? What's the truth? What's the real measurement? This is from NOAA, and this is the actual data they are showing. And so there's not an ozone hole anymore. And I'm just amazed how everybody caught on to this story that it's ozone. The ozone hole, creating more UV in the atmosphere, because there's no hole. There's not been since 2009 was officially declared that there wasn't any hole anymore. And this story is just perpetrated still, that it's ozone, even by the scientists that really should know better, because it's their live bread. They're sitting there producing studies about UV radiation, and they still cling on to this old myth that it's this ozone. Obviously it's not ozone. Here it is, ozone, forecasted ozone, and you can see in this forecast, if I can get it to behave, ozone please, you can see that the forecast is showing us less over Antarctica. That's this part right here, and the rest of the globe is fairly uniform. Okay, just to repeat what I just said, the green is supposed to be more, the blue is supposed to be less. I want to show you another example here of how forecasted satellite data can be completely wrong. What they do is, this is supposed to be UV dosage based on ozone, and what they do, if I can get this to come up a little bit, there you see. What they do is they measure the supposed ozone in the atmosphere, and then they calculate what they call Earth thermal UV. And because right now we are in May, so they're experiencing darkness in Antarctica. There's no UV down here, obviously. And then their forecast says that these regions are supposed to have higher, including the Himalayas. But it's that's not the case. If we look at another plot of ephemeral UV, this is from Themis in Netherlands. It's another satellite. Well, this is June 2003, so that's our summer, and supposedly the Himalaya gets a little bit more. Here we are today, May 2017, and you can see sort of the pink patch here. That's more UV, and I think they changed the algorithms of these satellites, because it used to show much more. This is December 2002. And okay, it's December, it's their summer, but there you can see sort of the purple patches that corresponds also to a lot of the measurements. And well, there's no ozone reduction down there. There's no studies showing this. I mean, it is so illogic that it just shows you how stupid science have become. You know, they're clinging to this explanation, and obviously it is the magnetosphere. It is a decreasing magnetical shield over the South Americas that's causing all the higher readings of the UV. And so in my next video, we're going to look at sort of the history of UV in South America, and how they've been struggling with this increased UV over the years. I just want to finish off with showing you some data from the Antarctica on UV, showing you that there's not high UV down there at all. Oops. Yeah, here we are. This is a study from, I think it's Concordia Station, and it's just showing you the maximum sort of UV index in their summer, and it's 7-8, okay, UV. And that's supposed to have had the lowest ozone column on the planet. So obviously there's little relationship between this, as other scientists also now are pointing out slowly. I was talking about this Japanese meteorological agency, and you know, they just carefully pack it in, wrap it in. They say, as shown in the long-term trend of ozone, where the total ozone has little trend or slightly increasing trend after the mid-90s, the increasing trend in the ephemeral erythemal UV radiation found at Saburo and cannot be explained solely by ozone depletion. This may be attributed to a decreasing tendency in aerosol optical extinction, air pollution. That is ridiculous, guys. Come on, look at the magnetosphere. It's decreasing. I mean, for fuck's sake, how stupid can people get, you know, in not putting two and two together? And just for the record, these satellite measurements can be completely wrong. Some Indians put this together because they were checking out the solar UV index over Nepal, and they realized that compared to ground measurements, there are great variations up to 70% in what the satellites are measuring and what they're actually measuring over the ground. So the UV can be completely different than these satellite models show us. Okay, and I'm gonna finish off there. Watch my next video. There's much more about this topic. I can't squeeze it into a small video. Thanks for watching.